Number 7. Boredom is the brain's emergency broadcast system. Imagine being alone in a quiet room, no phone, no music, just you and your thoughts. Within minutes, your brain starts doing something wild, getting antsy enough to make up drama. In one study, people were left alone with nothing to do except press a button that would shock them. 2/3 of men and a quarter of women chose to zap themselves just to feel something. That's right, your brain would rather suffer electrical pain than endure boredom. Why? Because for most of human history, boredom wasn't just annoying, it was dangerous. If you weren't actively gathering food, building shelter, or scanning for predators, your odds of dying skyrocketed. So the brain evolved to view inactivity as a red flag. Now, we've replaced tribal survival tasks with waiting for an Uber or sitting through Zoom calls. But your brain doesn't get it. It still sees downtime as a threat, and it kicks into panic mode. Hence, the endless scrolling, impulsive text to exes, or that sudden urge to cut your own bangs. Boredom, to your brain, is a big flashing sign that screams, "We are doing nothing. Something must be wrong." So the next time you find yourself scrolling through 63 videos of people slicing soap, just know it's your ancient instincts trying to prevent death by stillness. Number 6. Overthinking survival strategy, but also anxiety vomit. You're lying in bed, ready to sleep, and suddenly your brain goes, "Hey, remember that weird thing you said to your barista in 2016? And just like that, extra spee, you're trapped in a loop of mental cringe theater. Welcome to rumination, the brain's Stone Age version of life insurance. Back when danger lurked behind every shrub, overanalyzing past events helped our ancestors avoid repeated mistakes. Maybe don't poke the angry boar next time. That kind of thing. The problem. In the modern world, most of your dangers are social or emotional, but your brain doesn't care. It treats awkward Zoom calls and passive, aggressive emails like life or death errors. So you keep replaying conversations, second-guessing choices, and questioning whether that text sounded too needy. This overthinking loop was supposed to help you adapt and survive. Instead, it's now a 247 anxiety engine fueled by caffeine, guilt, and unresolved childhood trauma. Even worse, the more you think about something embarrassing or stressful, the stronger the neural pathway becomes. Extra crispy. It's like turning a footpath of doubt into a 4-lane interstate of mental chaos. So yes, your brain evolved to keep you alive by obsessively reviewing your mistakes. But now, it's just roasting your every move like an unpaid therapy intern with no chill. Number 5. Your brain pattern obsessed conspiracy theorist. Ever seen a cloud that looked like a duck? Or heard a weird noise at night and immediately thought, ghost, instead of plumbing? Congratulations. Your brain is a pattern-hungry raccoon with ADHD and nonsense. Extra crisp, this phenomenon is called apophenia, the tendency to see patterns where none exist. And it's not a bug, it's a feature. Early humans who saw connections, even when there weren't any, had a better shot at survival. Mistaking a shadow for a predator was safer than assuming it was nothing and getting mauled by a leopard with bad timing. Basically, evolution said, let's reward people who jump to conclusions. And now, your modern brain is out here spotting hidden messages in Spotify lyrics, assigning cosmic meaning to missed texts, and trying to figure out why Cheryl from accounting keeps using 3 dots in every email. Is she mad? Is she dying? It's the same instinct that fuels conspiracy theories, astrology apps, and that weird feeling that your microwave is judging you. Your brain just loves to feel in control by connecting the dots, even when the dots are imaginary and made of pure chaos. So when you start overanalyzing someone's Venmo emoji choices, just remember, crispy, it's your ancient pattern detector running wild in a world that no longer involves stalking antelope. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. Number 4. Sleep paralysis, ancient demon detector. Picture this. You wake up in the dead of night. You can't move. You can't scream. And there's a thing, a shadowy presence, looming at the edge of your bed like it's auditioning for a horror film called Nope. the human experience. Welcome to sleep paralysis. It's terrifying bizarre and surprisingly stone age. During REM sleep, the dream-heavy zoning. Your brain paralyzes your muscles so you don't start roundhouse kicking your partner mid-dream. Great feature. Except sometimes, you wake up before your body turns that off. Q. Being fully awake, mentally, but trapped in a meat sack that's still clocked out. And the dark figure watching you. That's your amygdala again, your fear processing center, flipping out. Because back in the old days, waking up and not being able to move usually meant something was very wrong. Like predators sniffing your leg. Levels of wrong. So your brain fills in the gaps with your worst fears. Demons, intruders, ghosts with unpaid rent. These weren't just horror stories. They were survival alarms. Your ancestors didn't have neurological glitch in their vocab. They had bad spirit stole my breath. Modern science says it's just a sleep malfunction. Ancient you says it's time to grab a stick and yell at shadows. Either way, congrats. Your brain just reenacted an evolutionary panic attack. Number 3. Hoarding, famine brain's favorite hobby. You know that drawer full of old cables, mystery keys, and dead batteries that you swear you'll use someday. That's not just clutter. It's ancestral hoarding instincts in action. Back when famine, drought, and saber-toothed disaster were always around the corner. Keeping extra stuff literally saved lives. If you found a weird root that tasted like sadness but had calories, you stored it. If your neighbor dropped a rock that kinda looked like a tool, you kept it. Because resources were unpredictable, and your best survival plan was to become the prehistoric version of a pack rat. Fast forward to now, and you've got people buying bulk toilet paper like it's currency. Your brain still believes that if you don't hold on to those, just in case, items, you'll be caught unprepared in some future apocalypse involving power outages and IKEA screws. And that's not just quirky. Studies show people under stress are more likely to hoard. Because your ancient stress response is like, better grab 5 spatulas and 300 rubber bands. We might need 'em. So yeah, your closet chaos is less about mess and more about millennia of famine programming that refuses to retire. Basically, you're a survivalist raccoon in a human body. Number 2. Gossip, evolution's favorite group chat. You overhear someone say, did you hear what happened at the office party? And your ears perk up like a meerkat with Wi-Fi. Why? Because your brain is hardwired to love gossip. Not just tolerate it, love it. Gossip isn't just drama. It's data. Back in the Stone Age, knowing who cheated, who lied, and who totally screwed up the mammoth hunt was survival intelligence. You couldn't Google, is Greg trustworthy? You had to rely on campfire whispers and socially sanctioned snooping. Gossip helped tribes maintain order. If someone acted shady, everyone knew. It created invisible rules, reinforced group values, and made sure Carl the Spear, Stealer, didn't get away with it again. Even today, research shows that up to 65% of adult conversation is social information exchange. That's science, speak for. Talking about other people. And it's not always malicious. It's how we bond, learn social norms, and figure out whether Cheryl in HR is secretly chaotic neutral. Your brain lights up when you get juicy details. Dopamine surges. Mirror neurons fire. It's like eating cognitive candy. Except the calories are made of petty intrigue and facial expressions. So no, you're not shallow. You're participating in a sacred ancestral tradition of whispering in corners and saying, "Don't tell anyone I told you this." But, basically, gossip is the Stone Age version of social networking, just without the blue check marks. Number 1. The future. Your brain doesn't believe in that. Planning for retirement, saving for next year's taxes, eating kale instead of cake. All things your brain hates, because it fundamentally does not believe future you is real. See, evolution didn't prioritize long-term thinking. Your ancestors didn't have to worry about 4001 seconds. They had to worry about not dying today. So the brain evolved to prioritize instant gratification over delayed benefits. You know, in case a bear ended your existence before you cashed in on your kale investments. This is why you'll binge a show until 3 a.m. and then curse yourself at work the next day. It's not just bad impulse control. It's evolutionary tunnel vision. The prefrontal cortex, which handles long-term planning, is in a constant wrestling match with the limbic system, which only cares about right now. And guess who usually wins? Spoiler, not the kale. Future you is like a vague NPC in your mental video game. Your brain knows they exist, sort of, but doesn't really care about them unless they're holding immediate snacks or Wii Fit. So the next time you procrastinate, just remember, it's not laziness. It's 200,000 years of anti-calendar programming. Basically, your brain thinks the future is a mentith by people trying to sell planners. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.